Hey, I'm Ian. I'm a chef here in Minneapolis, and I'm going to show you how to make a creme brulee using the AcreMade Egg Substitute. So first thing we're going to add is the vanilla bean. Now, most of the time when you're making a creme anglaise or a creme brulee, you actually steep the vanilla bean in with the cream. This recipe, however, we're going to split open the pod and blend the seeds directly into the entire dish and bake it without doing that steeping step. So this size recipe, we're only going to use half of this vanilla bean, but we're going to do it just as you would in any other situation. We're going to split this right down the middle. It's going to come in all the way here with the knife and just scrape it all the way out. We're going to set this vanilla bean aside and blend up the rest of the ingredients with that added to it in a second. Okay, first up in the blender, we're going to add water and the AcreMade Egg Substitute to make our eggs. So my water's pre-weighed, adding that in. The dry egg here. The blender makes it a lot easier to get the right consistency because you can just blend everything smooth. Then we use our regular granulated sugar. Adding salt here. The AcreMade egg doesn't need much salt, so we just add a little bit at the end there. Then we're gonna add our cream. Now for this recipe, we're using a plant-based cream, and it's important to use the one I suggest because not all plant-based creams on the market are created equal, and this one works the best for this recipe. Now I conveniently have my vanilla bean. I'm gonna add it to the top. And there you have the batter for the creme anglaise or the creme brulee. So this is a lot easier than making a egg yolk separation and tempering them with your cream base to cool it down. This is just as easy as mixing wet and dry, like making pancakes. So we're gonna put this aside and grab our hotel pan with our dishes in here. Now these are about 3 ounces, shallow dishes. You could use the classic fluted edged oval shape, but I thought we'd choose something a little more modern for this. I'm gonna pour these mostly full, but you can see we've got a nice creamy texture. And we're just gonna bake it slow with hot water in the pan like we would. And then to the pan we add hot water and we bake at 325. Once the internal temperature reads 180, comes right out of the oven. And this part is the same as any other creme brulee. We're gonna add our sugar and brulee with a torch. Okay, so directly to here, we're just gonna add the sugar. Get rid of our excess. We got a nice even layer. And then because I'm brave, I'm gonna do it in my hand, and I'm gonna hold it up at an angle to get the caramel to flow to one side. And as you can see, it starts to caramelize and pour ever so slightly in one direction to get a nice even brulee. Another thing to keep in mind when making these is that these have to rest overnight, preferably not wrapped in a cooler, in order to get the top surface to dry out and prevent any excess moisture from your creme brulee and preventing this nice even layer of caramel from forming during this step. And there you have it. Now I've chosen to serve this with macerated raspberries. And with these raspberries, I just added equal parts honey and lemon for a simple garnish. But you could do any seasonal change that you'd like to do. Anything that pairs well with vanilla custard would go well with this dish as well. Just gonna plate this, serve it like that.